All right, I'm turning the camera on.
All right.
Here we go. All right, let's slate this.
Sell this.
Here's Ray. He's now, mind you, I got the camera on, so we're.
Hello.
There's Ray.
Yeah, no obscene gestures. Huh?
No, not yet. We can edit those out. So you'll be able to see this on MotorMouthRadio.com, unfortunately. So let's go with Ray. Ray, what are you doing?
Okay, we're talking about battery cables and how to decrease the resistance and optimize the performance of your electrical
Can you
system.
move the water bottle out of the way?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Oh, all right. So I'm going to come back to your mug.
First thing I had to do was in my Pontiac, they use this device.
Let me see the device.
You've seen this,
It
right?
looks like a tube.
It's a tube with a little tab.
Yeah, it looks like something that you would put an oil dipstick in.
This goes down on the cylinder head on the opposite side where the dipstick is. This goes onto a stud that's on a head bolt, and through this passes the battery cable and the starter wires.
Oh, wow.
To keep them safe. All Pontiacs have this.
Okay, and it goes on to the starter?
No, this goes onto a stud that's on the cylinder head.
Oh, on the cylinder head, I'm sorry.
Up high, just like a dipstick, but on the opposite side of the engine. Well, when I did that, put this in and put the battery cable through, the way the cable came through the bottom, put it right touching the header tube.
Oh, that's not good.
So I needed a longer one. So what I did is I made a longer one.
Oh, look at that longer one.
Now you want to, I didn't really clean up. Now, my wife knew what this was right away. When you need a piece of tube. She did. This was the extension.
This is frightening me now.
This was the extension from a beach umbrella that we had at the house. And I cut it with a pipe cutter.
I'm sure you did.
Fashioned a bracket out of a piece of metal.
So now the beach umbrella is only about 4 feet tall.
It was only 4 feet tall to begin. Now it's about 2 feet tall.
Okay.
And then just basically, fashioned the bracket, tack welded it on.
Right.
And now in its rough state, I'll put it on and see if this will be the right length. If not, I'll cut it to length, and then I'll paint this black and install it.
Thank God for that.
So that was part A.
Okay.
Part B. Here's a standard battery cable.
All right.
Okay, like we all know.
Okay, yes, standard with the, it's got the bolt on the side and it's
top terminal.
Yeah, and it's molded into the lead receptacles molded into the wire.
This is like a 4-gauge cable.
Yeah, standard stuff you find in a blister pack.
Here's another cable I actually took apart to show you the strands that are in that cable.
Dude, you got a hair in your nose.
Now, there was a little corrosion because that had one of those top clamp things that you were talking about.
It looks like your mustache.
Now, what I went to is this 2-gauge cable.
Look at that, Mama Luke.
Now, right away, if you can see the difference in the amount of strands of wire.
Many more strands going on over there.
Right.
Let me zoom in on that. Zooming in. Ooh.
Now,
nice.
when you compute, when the resistance is computed, and I'll show you, we can do the test, they look at the cross-section of each wire, then added together to give you the total. So you're going to get a lot better, higher, more cross-sectional area, which is less resistance on this cable than you will on this cable.
Okay.
And I think if you want to see...
Let's check it out. He brought in some test equipment. There it is. There's Ray's grungy little ohm meter.
Yep.
Man, that thing's dirty.
Well, it gets used in the shop.
Holy smokes.
I'm going to hook this onto the stock battery cable.
Alrighty.
Now, this really isn't scientific because everything isn't the same length. But...
Alright, I'm trying to get a shot here.
Yeah.
This hurts!
Yeah, we're looking at about 0.2 of an ohm.
Okay.
For that cable. I'm going to go to this new cable that I've chosen to use.
Alright. And...
We got 0.1 of an ohm.
I can't see it with the reflection.
Yeah, it's hard. If we go to the longer cables...
Look at that, Mama Luke!
Yeah.
Now, these are really long cables that you have.
Well, the positive is about 6 feet.
And what are we looking at here?
Like 0.2 of an ohm. Again, this is over 7 feet. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
The negative cable is only about 2.5, 3 feet. And again, 0.2 of an ohm, which is...
I missed it.
Pretty good.
All right.
The takeaway from this is, if you have high-performance cables made with more strands of wire, it's not cheap.
Right.
And I also went with those little eyelets on the end because I'm not connecting it with a regular top. I'm going to use these guys here.
Ooh, look at that.
This is a right-angle connector.
Okay, so it will drop down behind the battery.
And it enables you to hook the battery cable up like this.
So it's got a bolt on the back of it, and then you can go right into the eyelet with it.
And now if you want to use a battery tender lead like I will, you can put the eyelet under there.
Very nice.
Stack them up.
Very nice.
There's also connectors like this that can go in, a nice solid brass connector.
Yeah. looks like a pipe fitting. Yes.
All this stuff's available at good auto parts stores or accessory
So
stores.
how much did the length of wire cost you?
These two cables, 7, we're looking at 10 feet of cable, cut and made, have the ends made, cost me about $41.
Each?
No, for the pair.
Oh, okay. 20
Now-
bucks a piece?
Now, of course, Rob wanted to know, where can I get me something like that? Because he wants to relocate his battery into the trunk of his truck.
Right.
So I called my friend at the local auto parts store where I had these made at Colvin, and they may be making him a set for his truck. I'll be sending them down to North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So that's it. You know, if you have a hot rod or a car with a new engine, high compression, or you just want to maximize your starting system, you need a quality battery cable, and you
Okay.
can have these made at your local store.
Sounds great.
I recommend it.
There you go. Battery cables while you wait right here at MotorMouth Radio. Okay, we're done. And that's it.
You can hit people with them too.
Oh, don't do that. All right.